Hi pre-calc, let's go over the homework for 2.5 number 71. So I'm going to start with Descartes' rule of signs. Okay, so one sign change, two sign change, three sign change, four sign change. So number of positive real zeros is 4, 2, or 0. Because remember, you have to keep subtracting 2 until you get to 1 or 0 for the complex conjugates. Alright, now we have to find g of negative x. So you replace x with negative x and simplify that. Okay, if it's to an even power, the negative goes away. If it's to an odd power, the sign changes. Nice. Okay. Number of negative real zeros is none. There's no sign change, right? Positive to positive, positive to positive, positive to positive, positive to positive is none. Okay, now the rational zero test. That's when you take the constant over the leading coefficient. You write out all the factors. Okay, and then technically you're supposed to do plus or minus all of those combinations. Now we just learned previously that we have no negative real zeros, so there's no point in testing any of the negatives. You would only want to test the positives, which is great because that now makes your guessing easier because you've eliminated half of the options, which is really great. All right, so now let's start with the testing. Let me just write the function back at the top of the page. Okay, I tend to pick towards the middle. That's my technique. That doesn't have to be yours. So for me, I would go, I don't know, anywhere between a 2, 4, 8. I'm going to go with 4. Okay, so we can see that this is going to be a positive number, which is going to be that there's a positive number here. Okay, so that doesn't help, but what does help is that this is positive, 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 which means that this is an upper bound, which means that nothing higher than 4 works. So not only do I know now that 4 doesn't work, I know that 8 and 16 don't work either. So now I'm gonna have to try again. I have a choice of a 1 or a 2, so I'm gonna go with a 2. Okay, great, great, good, good, good. I got it, or at least I got 1. Now 2 may work again, so I'm just going to check real quick if it works again. It does, it does. Okay, great. All right, so this is what just happened. You took the original here and you broke it down into 2 linears. I'll write it the long way and then I'll write it the short way. So what you first did was you took out And remember, when you put it in factored form, you have to push it to the left, okay? right, so in the first, what happened in the first case is you took out the 2, and you were left with, let's see, this is a constant x squared, x cubed. Okay, and you were left with x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 8. And then you took out the 2 again. At the end, I'm going to write it quantity squared, but I'll just write it the long way for now. So what you then did was that you took out another 2. Okay, 2 happened to work twice, and then it left you with x squared plus 4. And remember, once you get down to quadratic, you do not guess anymore. You don't guess anymore because that's solvable. We know how to get the 0 from a quadratic. We don't know how to get the 0 without guessing from a higher order if it doesn't do factor by grouping or some simpler technique. Now I'm just going to break down this last guy. I'm going to set it equal to 0. I'm going to use the square root method, which means I isolate the square. I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So x is going to be plus or minus 2i. Now that's two things. You've got a positive 2i and a negative 2i. And remember, in factored form, you have to push that to the left. So the final answer factored out is you've got 2 of these x minus 2 quantity squared. So 2 of those, I'm going to write it like that, squared. And then I've got an x minus 2i and an x plus 2i. And I'm also just going to list the zeros because I would ask you to do that. You don't have to write 2 twice. If you do, that's fine, but you don't need to repeat it. And that's what you get. That's the final answer. Okay, gang, I hope that gave you some clarity. I'll catch you. Bye.